So we're here to discuss the rise of Walmart. Talking about the history of Walmart, let's talk about where it is now and then we'll move on to the history. It's currently an American multinational retail company, and it runs a chain of discount department stores, hypermarkets, and grocery stores. It was founded by Sam Walton in Rogers, Arkansas in 1962. Now, 1962 was the year of discounting, and discounting had become quite popular after World War II in the United States of America. Hundreds of discounting stores had popped up all over the USA. In the same year, three big companies had started discount chains, which were Woolworths, Kmart, and Target by Dayton Hudson. Now, everybody was expecting these three players to be leading the market space. However, we know that is not true. And in 1967, Walmart had a revenue of around $12.7 million in 24 stores. And fast forward to 2020, it currently has about $500 billion in revenue with 11,718 stores. So for 15 years prior to 1962, when the first store started, Sam had been running a chain of independent variety stores in smaller towns. Now, collectively, these stores brought in around $1.4 million in revenue. However, the business had reached a plateau, after which Sam Walton decided to do a detailed market research and found out higher revenues in discounting stores. Now, conventional wisdom says that, said at the time, that only towns with over 100,000 people in population could support a discounting store in order to make it profitable. However, Sam believed the principle of buy it low, stack it high, and sell it cheap. And that's what ended up working out for Walmart. Now let's discuss the competitive advantage of Walmart.
So talking about the competitive advantage of Walmart, Walmart basically leverages its customers via economies of scale. So when I say economies of scale, by this I mean that they buy bulk products from different suppliers and sell them to their customers at a marginally lower cost. So when Walmart does that, they are selling all those products which are readily available with their competitors at a marginally lower cost, thus undercutting their competitors' market share. So talking more about that, and also focuses on market development and product development. So by market development, I mean as in when changing their market and tapping into newer markets when it is required. So since the last 15 to 20 years, we have seen Walmart growing in US rapidly as well as Europe. And the same time, they have been developing their product. They have been focusing on a lot of technological innovations, especially e-commerce. Now that their customers can order pharmaceutical products from their home and get it delivered at the store. This way, they are competing a lot more with their recent competitor Amazon. So now talking about how they are managing their inventory and how their operating cycle is so cash rich. So when I talk about how Walmart is buying a lot of products in bulk from different suppliers, they make sure that they are in touch with the market so that they bulk up only those products which have ready demand in the market. So since their products are available at such low cost, people tend to buy those products impulsively. Thus, stock gets cleared out at a very fast pace, thus giving them a cash rich operating cycle and also a better inventory management, which tends to be a very big problem with such industries. So that sums up the competitive advantage of Walmart. Now let's talk about the business model of Walmart.
Okay, so in business model, the first question arises is what contributes to Walmart's success? Walmart's success can be attributed to having their own supply chain to streamline fulfillment and cut down on cost. It also provides them with more control over their logistics networks. Their strategy is to make every day easier for busy families, operate with discipline, sharpen the culture, and become more digital and trust the competitive advantages. They mainly focus on a pricing philosophy named as EDLP, which is everyday low price. It is a pricing philosophy and business strategy of Walmart under which it prices items at a low price daily. So customers trust that prices will not change under any frequent promotional activities. And they follow an EDLC model for themselves, which is everyday low cost. It is a Walmart's commitment to control expenses so the cost savings can be passed to the customers. Walmart has global operations of retail, wholesale, and other units, as well as e-commerce located throughout the US, Africa, and other countries. The business model of Walmart makes money from three segments: Walmart US, Walmart International, and Sam's Club. Walmart made $567.8 billion in 2022 through these three segments. Each component contributes to the company's operating results differently. So first is about the Walmart US segment. Walmart US is the largest segment and operates in the US, including in all 50 states, Washington, D.C., and Puerto Rico. Walmart US is a mass merchandiser of consumer products operating under the Walmart and Walmart Neighborhood Market brands and Walmart.com and other e-commerce brands, representing 69% of Walmart's revenue in 2022. It is an omni-channel model in which it provides an omni-channel experience to customers, integrating retail stores and e-commerce through services such as pickup and delivery, ship from store, and digital pharmacy fulfillment options. As of January 2022, Walmart had approximately 4,600 pickup locations and more than 3,500 same-day delivery locations. Walmart membership offers a main important role in this part, where they enhance omnichannel shopping benefits that includes unlimited free shipping on eligible items with no minimum order, unlimited delivery from the store, fuel and pharmacy discounts, etc., etc. Another segment is Walmart International segment. It is the second largest segment in which Walmart is dealing, in which they are operating in 23 countries outside the US. Walmart International operates through wholly owned subsidiaries in Canada, China, India, and majority owned subsidiaries in Africa, India, Mexico, and Central America, which represent Walmart's 18% of revenue for 2022 year. Walmart's International includes numerous formats divided into two major categories, retail and wholesale. These categories consist of many formats, including supercenters, supermarkets, hypermarkets, and some e-commerce websites like Flipkart.com, Walmart.ca, and other such sites. Walmart's international strategy is to create strong local businesses powered by Walmart, which means being locally relevant and customer focused in each market it operates. The another segment is Sam's Club segment. It operates in 44 US and Puerto Rico states. Sam's Club is a membership-only warehouse club that also operates samsclub.com. As a membership-only warehouse club, membership income is a significant component of the segment's operating income, and it is responsible for approx 13% of Walmart's revenue. So let us go on the next slide. Vanshi, and see about profit analysis.
Okay, let's talk about profit analysis. There were headwinds which reflected in Walmart's financial performance. During its past 5 years, that is 2014 to 2018, annual sales growth had averaged just 1.3% and return on equity had dipped below 20%. These headwinds, Walmart had become increasingly engaged in social and environmental responsibility, corporate ethics, and governmental relations, all of which meant greater involvement in the top management with government agencies, external interest groups, and the media. Now let us talk about the reasons for the flat profit in the recent times. The first being overstaffing. Walmart overstaffed stores for a few weeks as workers came back from COVID-19 less faster than expected. That issue was resolved primarily through attrition. Price increase ate into profit as Walmart aims to keep prices lower than competitors in an inflationary environment. Executives indicated some prices would rise, that the negotiations with suppliers would balance these costs. Second, food inflation. Higher food costs prompted shoppers to shift their spending away from the general merchandise, which resulted in lowering the profits. Nevertheless, Walmart's aim to undercut competitors on certain frequent purchases such as bread, milk, canned tuna, proteins that benefited to some of these folks that is eroding over time. Third, higher inventory levels. Inventory levels also rose too fast. Inventory levels increased over 33% in the quarter from the same period last year. That rise reflects the higher cost of goods due to inflation, along with Walmart's choice to buy products aggressively amid supply chain snarls and rising demand for some goods. In past quarter, products markdowns when a retailer sells an item at a discount. Fourth, online consumer behavior. Online buying behavior has shifted back to pre-pandemic levels, pressuring sales at online retailers such as Amazon.com. E-commerce sales rose 1% in the most recent quarter compared with a 37% increase in the same quarter last year. Now, let us go to the next slide.
So, what has been the status of Walmart in India? Walmart entered in India by a joint venture partnership with Bharti Enterprises in the year 2006, wherein both parties brought their own strengths to the joint venture. Walmart came with its financial strength and support, its global recognized brand name, and its expertise in national and international retail management. It is also known for its expertise in just-in-time inventory management, retail information management, and retail transportation management. Bharti Enterprises brought to the table its familiarity with the Indian laws, culture, economy, and labor. Due to restrictions and various conditions for retail trading under FDI policy, foreign companies were finding it more convenient to enter India through franchise route, and so did the Walmart. But why such a big global giant failed to establish itself in a developing nation such a lucrative market like India? Walmart and Bharti Enterprises announced the end of their partnership after almost 7 years in 2013. The decision to move on their own ways by the companies seemed to be a failure of Walmart in India, and its failure and their breakup can be attributed to some of the following reasons. First of them is government regulations. The FDA policy in retail has been extremely controversial. The Indian government has been reluctant to allow foreign companies to enter the retail market, fearing that they will put small Indian businesses out of the business. 1.2 billion people and 90% of its 500 billion in retail trade is done at mom and pop shops. These small retailers are the biggest competitors of such giants. Companies like Walmart could eat up livelihood of so many people, and hence it faced so much resistance. FDA policy on retail trading classified retail trade as either single brand retail trading, for example, companies like Marks and Spencer, IKEA, Uniqlo, etc., or the multi-brand retail trading, such as Walmart. Traditionally, there were restrictions in foreign investments in both SBRT and MBRT activities under FDI policy. Hence, Walmart entered in wholesale cash and carry business, and allegedly, they were doing retail business in the name of wholesale. The government finally allowed FDI up to 51% in multi-brand retail trade in September 2012, but with some sourcing requirements law, which we will talk about later. There were also controversies and allegations of lobbying, which though was legal in America, was a crime or illegal in India. Another reason for their failure can be consumer behavior. The business model of Walmart has largely been that of retail and buying in bulk by the customers for stocking up, which in case of India was not really attractive. Since the major section of India belonged to low income and middle income group, Indian households are used to spend in their budgets. And though the discounts were really attractive, stocking up supplies was not really what they were ready to do, hence rendering the ticket size low. Adding to one of these reasons can be out of the city limits. According to recent survey by National Family Health Survey, suggests that even now only 8% of Indian households, or we can say 1 in 12 households own cars, which was even less a decade back. The Walmart stores are usually situated out of the cities, so it was neither beneficial nor much possible for the customers to go out of the city so that they can buy in bulk at heavy discounts. One more reason is sourcing requirement laws. Beginning of September 2012, Indian laws allow for foreign companies to own up to 51% of multi-brand retail stores, such as Walmart. These foreign investments are also subject to sourcing 30% of their requirements from local and small and medium-sized firms. Again, the business model of Walmart was based on maintaining relationships with limited suppliers and leveraging it to get heavy discounts on bulk purchases. It was difficult for small and medium firms to produce that much, hence rendering the Walmart incapable to get heavy discounts, which was the most important thing for them. Together, all of these reasons failed Walmart in India.
Overall, Walmart has been successful in some countries and at the same time failed in countries like India, where the consumer buying behavior was starkly different than that of the Western markets. Walmart needs to continually improve on its technological innovations and keep in touch with the new market trends to develop a sustainable and a resilient business model. In terms of profitability, Walmart has shown tremendous growth over the past few decades. The streamlining of the profits and the undercut in market share is a clear indicator of change in the internal and external environment of the company. Walmart majorly spends on the marketing and sales and simultaneously takes care of the human resource. It needs to continually change its pricing strategy and marketing tactics in order to see a change in the profitability in the long run.